Welcome to Inside Roanoke. I'm Melinda Mayo, the Communications and Media Officer for the City of Roanoke. Today we're here at Elmwood Park because we're going to learn about the Elmwood on Ice skating rink. We're also going to hear about the Roanoke 100 miler and more, so stay with us.
The holiday season, a time of joy, a time for sharing, a time for celebration. But in one brief moment, the holiday season can become a time of sorrow, a time of regret, a time of loss.
Before you get behind the wheel this holiday season, think. Don't drink and drive. This message is brought to you by the Roanoke Police Department. Welcome back. My guest is Jeffrey Powell. Jeffrey is the solid waste manager for the City of Roanoke. And Jeffrey, the city has implemented a solid waste fee. I believe it starts in January 2018.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about this fee? First of all, why do we have a solid waste fee? Talk about that.
The city provides a high level of service compared to other localities, and the fee it helps offset any contractions in revenue, so we can maintain that high level of service. We also will protect us against future risk of revenue shortages. But also we continue to have the bag leaf program, the inspections, the call center, all those other type things. Also we provide services for people that are physically challenged. So it keeps the service level high, it keeps the recycling every other week, collections every week.
And it helps offset some of the costs that city is incurring for those services, right?
Yes, it does.
And so how will residents get information about this fee?
Okay, the residents will get a letter from me in a couple of weeks that explains the whole rationale as to why and how much and where to pay and how they will be billed. Okay. Then they can always call us on the 853-2000, and then it'll be on the website as well. And we'll be tweeting and all kinds of good stuff to try to get information out.
How much will the fee cost? And talk also about how we came to that number. Yeah.
The total budget for solid waste, excluding the central business district or downtown, is about $6.5 million. Based on the anticipated number of billing units, which total units that we bill, it's about it costs us about $16 a month. So we took half of the monthly cost per unit and established an $8 fee for single-family dwellings.
Okay.
All right, and then of course we given the multiple dwelling units were on per tax but eligible for cans in a single-family dwelling unit. Established that monthly fee at $16.
Okay.
Okay, and that would be and that's given business, commercial, establishments, institutions eligible for cans, a single dwelling unit, less cans than a multiple dwelling unit. So it kind of provides a balance between the resident and the business sector and commercial sector. Of course, they can also use private services where the resident doesn't have that option.
So it's evenly assessed across, okay.
Correct.
Okay.
And it doesn't recoup all our costs.
Oh,
it recoups a portion of the cost.
Got it. So how will the fee be billed? Talk about that a little bit.
The fee will be billed on you receive in the month of January a special one-time bill. That special one-time bill will be for 6 months.
Okay.
In July, it will be added to your real estate tax and will be paid as a part of your real estate tax going forward.
Okay. All right. So people might be wondering, do other localities charge for solid waste services?
Yes. It's actually more than what I anticipated coming back. As you have Charlottesville, Danville, Lynchburg, Martinsville, even the city of Norfolk, Portsmouth. I was a director in Richmond. They charge for it now. Salem as well. And I was talking with some folks a couple of weeks ago in Winston-Salem. They also charge. So it is more acceptable or more common than what most people think. In fact, I had a customer call yesterday looking for information, and he was from North Carolina. His first thing he asked, well, how much is it? So it was kind of...
So Roanoke's one of the last localities to implement
in this southwest region.
Okay. And what if a resident doesn't use solid waste services every week?
Well, property owners are paying for the ability of weekly trash collection and bi-weekly recycling collection. There is no provision for reduced fees or credits.
And is there a discount? I mean, some people don't make a lot of money. They might,
Right.
or they have a special condition, or is there any sort of discount for them?
Yes, we don't call it a discount, we call it a credit. Property owners who qualify for the LD and disabled tax-freeze receive a 3-month credit. So basically they save $60 a year, and it's automatically billed. So if you're on that list, your bill would be reduced 3 months for the next 6 months. So
Okay.
you'd be basically receiving an $18 credit.
Is there anything we haven't said that you'd like viewers to know about this fee?
Yes, well, that we're here to explain it to you. We're going to have the staff there. We're going to answer the phones. We're going to take emails. So if you get concerned or confused when you get your bill, just take a deep breath and give us a call on the 853-2000 option 1, and
Okay.
we'll get you sorted out. If you think you should be off the list or not on the list, or your parcels are different, just call us, please.
Okay.
We will make this as transparent as possible.
Great. Well, thank you so much for coming on and explaining it. I know people appreciate that information, and I hope it goes real smoothly.
And thank you. And once again, happy holidays.
Thank you.
All right.
We'll be right back.
3 facts about lead poisoning. Just a few particles of dust from lead-based paint are enough to poison a child. Lead from deteriorating paint can be found in the soil around the home and in older playgrounds. Since children often put their hands or toys in their mouths, washing their hands helps protect them from lead poisoning. Lead poisoning affects over 1 million children today. Find out when your home, school, and daycare center was built. If it was before 1978, it probably contains lead-based paint. Contact Lead Safe Roanoke at 853-5682 for more information.
Welcome back. My guest is Jamie Clark with Downtown Roanoke Incorporated. And Jamie, behind us is Elmwood on Ice. Talk about where this is located and kind of what it is.
Absolutely. So yeah, WDBJ 7's Elmwood on Ice is located right here in Elmwood Park in the middle of downtown Roanoke. Outdoor ice skating. We also have an ice slide that we brought back last year and have again this year. So lots of family fun down here in Elmwood Park.
And what are the hours of operation for this?
Generally, we're open Wednesday through Sundays. The hours do vary. When the Roanoke City Schools are out, we are open every day from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. We have the full schedule at elmwoodonice.com.
Is there a cost to skate or slide?
There is. It's a nominal fee. You can do everything for $10. That includes skating, sliding, and ice skate rentals, or if you already have your own skates, you can kind of break it down a little bit from there. And it is unlimited on the day that you come. So you get a wristband, you can come skate and slide for a little while, go grab something to eat, do a little shopping, come back again. So it's nice, family friendly, pretty economical.
How long will it be open? Is there dates?
Yeah, we're open until the end of January, so January 28th. So you got a lot of time, 2 months left to come down here and enjoy it.
And I know it costs money to do something like this. Do you have some sponsors that are helping offset your costs?
We do. Yeah, it costs a lot to put this together. We have a chiller that we rent, and obviously lots of labor to go into building the rink and maintaining it. But we do have some great sponsors that help make it possible. WDBJ 7, of course. We've got some radio stations from Wheeler. We've got K92, Q99 in Star Country. Of course, the city of Roanoke is a huge supporter as well. And then the Hampton Inn Suites, which is just across the way from here. You can actually see the ice rink from a few of the rooms. So everybody's a great supporter for us. We really appreciate it.
And this is just one of the things, the fun things to do. Come downtown during the holidays and in the winter months. Talk about some other things that are happening, that are coming up, that will bring people downtown.
Sure.
Like Dickens of a Christmas.
Yes, absolutely. Dickens of a Christmas is huge. The first 3 Fridays in December, so the 1st, the 8th, and the 15th. It's going to be extra big this year. It's our 35th year, and we've added a Dickens Winter Carnival on the second night, the 8th. The first time that I think that's ever happened downtown.
Yeah.
And the only time we plan to do it. It's a pretty big undertaking, but we'll have a Ferris wheel, carousel, a big slide, a ton of rides. It's going to be great. It's only $5 for an all-you-can-ride wristband, and if an adult is accompanying a child 12 and under, they can actually ride for free. Because of course, there's a few other rides that you need a parent for if you're a little bit littler. So
yeah, and then the parade is on a different day. Talk about that.
Yeah, so with the Franklin Road bridge construction, we weren't able to have the parade on the Friday night like we normally would, which is part of the reason why we added the carnival.
I got it. Okay.
Of course, but with the detour route along Jefferson Street, it just wasn't going to be possible to filter all the people out of downtown and into downtown on a Friday in a kind of a time crunch. So we moved it to Saturday the 9th. Same great parade that everybody's used to. We'll have a ton of entries, lots of fun holiday, festive people coming along, and it starts at 6 o'clock, so it is at night, which is great because of course we like to have all the Christmas lights and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be great.
good. And are there other events you want to mention that are kind of happening at the same time? Things people don't want to miss this.
Yeah, obviously the ones that we're involved in, Elmwood on Ice and Dickens for Christmas, are really big for us. There are a number of holiday events that happen downtown, just like any other time of year. It's a very busy time. We do have a full calendar listed on our website at downtownroanoke.org that lists a ton of the holiday events that are happening. There's really just too many to mention, which is good news because there's always something to do.
And what's the benefit of having all these at Christmas and of course just in the winter months? What's the benefit to our downtown to have all these events and all these activities?
Well, it brings people out at a time when they might not come down here with it being cold. You know, people tend to stay inside where it's a little bit warmer. So having the events is really great for our businesses because it brings people out to shop and to dine during the cold months when it might not be quite as busy. But it is important to support local businesses year round because they really rely on that.
Yeah. Well, it's so exciting to have all these things going on. Thank you so much for bringing us up to date on that, and I encourage all our viewers to come out and participate.
Absolutely. We'd love to have everybody.
Thanks. We'll be right back.
Keeping Roanoke streets clean and attractive takes a lot of work. The city welcomes your help. Community organizations, businesses, and individuals can volunteer through the Adopt a Street program to adopt a specific street in the city. Participants agree to clean up their location 4 times a year for 2 years. To find out more, contact the City of Roanoke's Transportation Division at 853-5837 or the Municipal Volunteer Coordinator at 853-1801 or send an email to mvp@roanokeva.gov.
Want to learn how to manage your money better, save for that car or dream home, or be able to bounce back from bad credit mistakes? Bank On Roanoke Valley can help. Bank On works with local banks, credit unions, and local governments to offer free classes at local libraries in our community. It's easy, free, and it's happening right where you live. Check out the calendar of classes or sign up at bankonrv.org or call 777-4200 for more information.
Welcome back. My guest is Nell Boyle. Nell is the Sustainability and Outreach Coordinator for the city. And Nell, we've won another award for an environmental thing. The Virginia Energy Efficiency Council has recognized Weatherize Roanoke. Tell us about this. First, who is the Virginia Energy Efficiency Council?
So it's a member organization that has businesses, higher education organizations, local governments, state organizations, all focused on energy efficiency in Virginia. So they support policies and programs that help move initiatives for energy efficiency in Virginia forward.
And when and why was Roanoke recognized?
So they have an annual meeting each year. So November 2nd, we went up to Richmond and were surprised to find out that we were second place in their residential energy efficiency program, which was a big honor. There are a lot of people that compete for this award. And what it says to us is through the Weatherize Roanoke program, we really touched and reached out to a lot of families that had real tangible benefits that we were able to provide with the program.
Well, for our viewers who may not remember, what is Weatherize Roanoke? What was that program?
So Weatherize Roanoke was a one-stop shop for energy efficiency. So we had a landing page on a website, and you could go there and fill out just a couple of questions. And with those few questions, it went into a pool where we actually looked and saw all the different programs that were available that were free or low cost, and pipelined you into the best programs. So you were sure that you got the best value and you got everything that you were available to receive. So we were very excited because, you know, there's some really wonderful things that happen in the low income energy efficiency sector, but sometimes that middle class and, you know, like new couples starting out in new homes who still need the help don't qualify for that. But Weatherize Roanoke addressed that.
So talk about some of the benefits the program has for our city residents.
So what would happen is they got an assessment from a qualified BPI energy assessor. So that's somebody who's gone through a very strict certification and has done a lot of energy audits. And it wasn't an audit, but it was an assessment where they walked through your house, they gave you a report, gave you the best things that you could do to save energy, and then you got a package. And the package was LED lights and caulking and insulation for your pipes and your water heater, and things that would make an actual tangible benefit right away.
So saving money on energy.
Saving money, absolutely.
And so how does winning awards like this, how does it reinforce Roanoke's position as a leader in environmental initiatives? Talk about that a little.
Okay, so it's a big problem, you know, and there's a lot of areas that we have to affect. So we want to keep a hand in a lot of different places, and this helps us in that residential sector to really help people change their behaviors, and then to give them some tools right away, right off the bat, that can show them what the benefits are. So they can save money and they do good things for the environment, and that helps us with our greenhouse gas emissions.
And it keeps us sort of in the limelight as, look what Roanoke's doing to, you know, keep this going.
Right, right. We're trying to be a leader in this conversation because the Valley is a beautiful place and we'd like to preserve it.
Anything else you'd like folks to know about the award or Weatherize Roanoke or anything like that?
Well, Weatherize Roanoke is closed. It was a one-year project, so it's completed. But if they ever want to know anything about energy efficiency, they can contact me, and I'd be happy to point them out to some tools and resources that they can apply for.
And give us the contact info.
So Nell Boyle, nell.boyle@roanokeva.gov, and my phone number is 853-5430.
Well, congratulations to the city, and we
Thank you.
appreciate your leadership in helping with the award too, and it's a great thing.
Thank you.
Thanks. We'll be right back.
A lot of times, especially if they're injecting, they'll have track marks, they'll have needle marks on their arms. A lot of them will have extreme weight loss. They have an inability to focus on a task or schoolwork and complete things like they normally might have been able to do before. Those are some of the big things. They like to sleep a lot and just mainly be alone, and they're kind of acting different than they were prior to starting the use of heroin.
Are you a part of the leaf solution or the leaf pollution? When you rake or blow leaves into the street, drainage ditch, or curb and gutter system, you're clogging the drainage structures, which causes an increase of street flooding. Try mulch mowing instead. A standard rotary or mulch mower will chop the leaves directly back into the turf. Composting your leaves is a great way to add nutrients to your gardens and flower beds. Or check with your locality about bag leaf pickup. Remember, only rain down the storm drain.
Welcome back, and my guest is Cindy McFall, and Cindy's with Roanoke Parks and Recreation. Cindy, we want to talk about the Roanoke 100 Miler, and I know we've done this for a few years now, but remind us, describe the program. What is it?
The Roanoke 100 Miler is a challenge, a fitness challenge for participants. It's 100 miles in 100 days, and you can accumulate that walking, running, or exercising.
And when does it start?
We have our kickoff on January 14th, and it'll go for 100 days.
And how do people track their progress? How does this work as you start doing the walking and activity?
We provide participants with a tracking sheet. A lot of people use GPS or Fitbits and things like that to help track their miles.
Okay. Now, I know like I said, we've done it in the past. What are some of our participation numbers, you know?
Over the past 7 years, I believe we've had the 100 miler. We've had anywhere from 200 to 500 average people participate.
Wow, that's really good.
And they go from ages 6 up to 99.
And the idea is to get people out moving in the wintertime. Is that kind of what it is?
It is. It's just a motivation to get people to keep them active during the winter when we have a tendency to stay inside and hibernate a little bit.
Do you have any incentives for people who meet their goals? How does that work?
We really do. At our kickoff and our finale, we do give away prizes, but we also send out a weekly newsletter via email, and we also draw a prize every week. So everyone has an opportunity to win.
Yeah. What's some of the benefits of people staying active in the winter? I know to keep their health going. Talk about the benefits of that.
Well, it helps, you know, encourage a healthy lifestyle during the winter. Like I said, when you have a tendency to hibernate and stay inside when it's cold. But it also helps fight isolation, it helps fight depression, and just gives you a healthy outlook and attitude.
So I know that Parks and Recreation offers a lot of programming. This is one of the great programs that you do. How does this program fit in with kind of your goal to offer to the community a way to be healthy and active?
We do. Our goal is to make our programs accessible and keep people healthy and active. And this is the most accessible program we have because you can be as fit you know, the fittest person ever, or you can be relatively sedentary.
Yeah.
Because again, it's 100 miles in 100 days. You can get that anyway, walking, running, or just going out and doing some exercise like yoga or you know, taking a class somewhere.
Really reinforces that, you know, Roanoke's a great place to live and work and play and be outside, because this is such an outdoors city that we live in.
It really is, and that's what we strive to do. We just try to keep people active and get them involved and get them excited about where they live and the great amenities that we have to offer.
Now, if somebody wants information, is there a registration? How does this work? Talk about that.
There is a registration. It is going on now, and will go on through, I believe it's the third week of January. They can either go to our website, which is playroanoke.com, or they can call our main office at 853-2236, and someone will be happy to help them.
And you said something about a kickoff event.
We do have a kickoff event on January 14th. It is going to be at Alta's Chocolates downtown.
Oh, cool.
We will meet and we'll talk about the program and celebrate. We'll take a walk. We'll come back and we'll give away some prizes and get everybody started for their 100 days.
Well, I hope everybody will consider participating. It sounds like a great program, a good way to stay active in the winter.
I think it is. I think it's a really great way, and anybody can do it. It's a great family activity. It's a great way to meet friends. We also offer, what I didn't mention was we do offer some programs. We have, I think, 6 or 8 programs that we'll be doing throughout the 100 days where people can get together. We'll have some organized events. We'll do some rock climbing and do some other things that are active to keep people engaged.
That's great. Thanks for sharing all that, Cindy.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll be right back.
If you would like to adopt a pet, did you know that you can also go to the RCACP website and their Facebook page to look at pets for adoption? It's easy to do. Simply go to their website at rcacp.org or visit their Facebook page. Both sites include information and pictures of animals waiting to be adopted. Help make a difference in the life of a pet today. Adopt from the Regional Center for Animal Care and Protection.
Welcome back. My guest is Mark Jameson. Mark's the transportation manager for the city of Roanoke. And we're here at the city's salt barn because we're going to talk about snow removal again this year. Start out by saying a little bit about how we track our weather. How do we know weather's coming, bad weather's coming?
Sure. I mean, we actually subscribe to a weather service that gives us very detailed information to include both what time the precipitation is supposed to start, but also how it will start. You know, sometimes depending on the temperatures, we'll start straight out with snow. Other times we'll start with freezing rain or sleet, and sometimes you start with rain and it'll cool off and then we get snow. So that helps us to decide how to start treating the storm and what to do and what time.
Well, now, do we track it? I mean, do we monitor it, or somebody send us an email saying, hey, bad weather's coming? How does that work?
Well, we get regular updates through email, but we also have access through that service to actually make a phone call and talk to a live person and really get some fine-tuned detail. That's important because if we start directly as snow, that allows us to pre-treat the streets with salt brine, which is an anti-icing agent, and helps to keep the snow from bonding to the surface, as opposed to if it's going to start with rain or freezing rain, then it doesn't do us any good to put the salt brine down because it's just going to wash off or dilute and really doesn't work as well when we start with just snow.
So that forecast is really key to how you respond.
Well, absolutely, and obviously we want our people to come in and be productive. We really, would prefer to not have them come in and sit around for 3 or 4 hours. We try to get an hour or two so we have time to load all of our equipment up and do some maintenance checks. And so people come in and it's productive, and we obviously spend a fair amount of money per hour in overtime. So again, we also want to make sure that we spend those resources efficiently.
So as soon as you know it's coming, you make the call, you call people in, you get the plows ready.
Yep.
So once the snow has finished, then talk about the priorities for clearing the streets.
Well, the priorities for clearing are always to clear the major streets first, the ones that carry the vast majority of the traffic, and then also Valley Metro bus routes. We want to get the buses back in service so the people that use those buses to get to work and do their shopping can also get out and do what they need to do. So those are the priorities. The challenge sometimes is, our goal is to clear those streets within 24 hours after the snowfall stops.
Right.
Well, in a big snowstorm like the couple that we had last year with 8 and 10 and 12 inches of snow, it might snow for 24 hours. So unfortunately for our citizens, sometimes that means that it might be 2 days before we're actually able to do snow removal on residential streets. So we
Right.
stay on those major streets while it snows, and then 24 hours after it stops, then we try to make sure that all those major streets are clear.
And how can citizens help your staff as they're trying to plow the streets? What can they do to help?
Well, the biggest thing really is there's two things. Number one, if you don't have to be out during the snow, please stay at home. To the extent that we can keep the streets clear of traffic, that just helps our operators to remove the snow more efficiently. And then a really big deal for our citizens, especially in our neighborhoods, if you have a driveway, please park your car in the driveway. We have a lot of residential streets that are just really, really narrow, and when those cars are on the street, it can be very difficult for a plow to actually get down the street. If you don't have a driveway, we would ask that you work with your neighbors and all park on one side of the street. We suggest the odd-numbered houses side of the street.
Right.
Just again to help clear that street of traffic and of parked cars, and then we can clear it much more quickly and everybody can get back to business.
It's hard for the trucks to get down the street if there's cars parked on both sides,
Absolutely,
right?
especially in some of our older neighborhoods in Raleigh
Yeah.
Court and in South Roanoke and in Southeast. You know, some of these really small Old Southwest,
Yes.
narrow streets, which is great for the most part, but during snow removal it can present problems for our snow removal operators.
Mark, how should people report a street that needs to be plowed if they feel like it was missed? How do they get that word to
Sure.
the city?
During snow removal operations, we actually have operators standing by during daytime hours. If they'll call the citizen hotline at 853-2000. There's an option 8 that will come up, and like I say, during daytime hours, we'll have operators that can take information and answer general questions. We do ask that people be a little bit patient. Again, you know, it can be a couple of days in a big storm before we get to neighborhood streets, and we don't often have a lot of detail about exactly when a street will be plowed, but it is helpful for us to know what streets have been missed potentially, because that helps us to focus our resources. If we get a lot of streets in the same area, that tells us that there's something going on that we need to look at.
What about the Roanoke app? Is that helpful in any way?
It can be, certainly. You know, the phone call is good. If you're looking for just general information about the process, you know, we have a flyer that'll go out to all our citizens in the next couple of weeks with a lot of general information. They can certainly call our main number at Transportation, 853-2676, and we can provide some general information. But during the storm, that 853-2000 option 8 is a great resource.
Well, and the other thing is sometimes people don't know who to call. Maybe it's a water main break or electricity.
Sure.
What about those utilities? Who do they contact?
Well, certainly if there's a power outage, you know, the Appalachian Power Company owns and maintains all the power lines, so you need to get in touch with Appalachian Power if your power is out. If there is a water main break, those utilities are owned by the Western Virginia Water Authority, and certainly you need to call them. Please try to limit the phone calls to 911.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a big deal. They're there to truly handle emergencies, and if you have a medical emergency or something that you deem that important, certainly call 911. But for snow removal questions, please call the alternate numbers.
Okay. If somebody needed more information, I know they're going to get the brochure. Is there any other way they could get information about snow removal?
Sure. Well, again, the main transportation number, 853-2676. And, of course, social media is a great opportunity.
Yes.
The City of Roanoke Communications page, Transportation has a page, and all of the information is updated on a regular basis, especially during snow removal, to try to keep people aware of what's going on and how progress is moving.
Okay. Thanks, Mark. I hope it goes smoothly this year.
Absolutely.
Okay. We'll be right back.
Hey, Melissa.
Hey.
I like your outfit.
Thank you.
No, I'm just kidding. You look ridiculous.
We hope you've enjoyed this month's show and wish you a safe and happy holiday season.